Before we get into the episode, I am thrilled to announce that the EntreMD Business School is open for enrollment. The EntreMD Business School is the only school of its kind for physicians who want to build 6, 7, and multiple 7-figure businesses. Over the last 2 years, we have had hundreds of doctors go through the school with unbelievable results. Some of them run brands, some of them run private practices, some of them are coaches, some have other kinds of service-based businesses or product-based businesses. And we've had people come in and cross the 6-figure milestone, cross the 7-figure milestone, cross the multiple 7-figure milestone. You will be in a place where you'll get the coaching, the community, the accountability that you need to thrive as an entrepreneur, especially in the times that we're in. So maybe you've been following me for a while. Maybe you've been getting so much out of the EntreMD podcast and you've been wondering, how can I work with Dr. Una and the community more? Well, this is your chance. Come join us in the EntreMD Business School. It is application only. So go to entremd.com/business to turn in your application. I cannot tell you how many doctors have made statements like this. I recovered my investment in the first week. I recovered my investment in my bank account in the first 90 days. This is the best investment I've made in myself ever. I want you to have that kind of story, not just a story of building a great business that serves a lot and earns a lot, but having a business that gives you the freedom to live life on your terms. So don't wait any longer. entremd.com/business. And now for the episode. Hi, docs. Welcome to the EntreMD podcast, where it's all about helping amazing physicians just like you embrace entrepreneurship so you can have the freedom to live life and practice medicine on your terms. I'm your host, Dr. Una. Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of the EntreMD podcast. Now, this is a special episode that is part of the EBS Show series. So it's kind of like the inside scoop of what happens in the EntreMD Business School. So Dr. Tamara Beckford is an emergency medicine trained physician, and she is the founder of Your Caring Docs. She's a student, a proud student of the EntreMD Business School, and she is the host of the EBS Show. So she interviewed students from the EntreMD Business School to feature their journeys. And she uncovered it all, the good, the bad, the ugly. So whether you're a veteran entrepreneur or all you have is an idea, there is so much to learn. So I want you to lean in. So now let's join them.
Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Tamara Beckford, and I am the host of the EBS Show. That's right. What is EBS, you're saying? Well, it's the EntreMD Business School, which is the premier business school for physician entrepreneurs, right? So today I am going to introduce you to one of our classmates of the EntreMD Business School. This is Dr. Lum Frundi, and she's a pediatrician. But not just that, she's also the founder and CEO of Generational Wellbeing, where she's helping busy mothers create sustainable, healthy habits for them and their kids, right? So, Dr. Frundi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes. So, talk to us now. You've been a part of EBS, right? Yes. When you came in, did generational well-being exist?
It was an idea.
It
was an idea I've had sitting with me for, I want to say for about a year, but just, keep procrastinating. I will get to it. So it was an idea that was never birthed.
Wow. So what do you think were some of the reasons why it stayed an idea prior to you joining the business school?
So many reasons. I think the primary reason was just not knowing where to start. Because, as we go to medical school, you have that timeline. We're going to do A, B, C, and D. Mm-hmm. So not knowing where to start. And as a result of that, I started doing a lot of research, trying to figure out, okay, I need more information. I don't know anything about this. So I was just in there, just with this wheel, just going and going and going, trying to figure out what I needed. So ended up on so many different courses. Okay, I need to do one more and the next thing. So I found I was just procrastinating. Yeah.
Wow. So and how did you get introduced, I should say? Like what particular part of the research, where were you? And What made you decide, you know what, I'm going to step into EntreMD?
So I cannot remember how, but I came across Dr. Una's podcast and had actually been listening to it for a while. And when I started listening to the podcast, she obviously, she provides a lot of value in the podcast where I'm like, okay, well, this is my research. I'm just going to use that information and do it, which I did follow through on some of the things, but I realized that I was always finding a reason why I need to put it on the back. There was always something that will come in or take the place of what I was trying to birth. So after a few episodes and stuff, I think we attended not the retreat, she had the
EntreMD Live.
EntreMD Live, thank you. We attended the EntreMD Live, and after that, I was like, this is it. I need that community. I need to take actions, because as long as I stayed there, this idea I'll just remain pregnant for maybe 20 years. I don't know. But I need to give birth to this baby.
To birth the idea.
Yes.
Wow. So you're there and, you have this inkling, you have this idea of really helping others, stepping out, but you're wondering, I don't know anything about entrepreneurship. Is it for me? It might be for other people. And as you also mentioned, you entered into the procrastination research phase. So researched here, courses there, but taking that step, right? To just really doing it.
Yes.
It was just something that was not happening. So you stepped off and joined the business school. Tell us, how has things changed since then?
Oh, I am taking steps and I am celebrating the wins. So I will give you an example. Mm-hmm. So before EntreMD, I had actually created a YouTube channel and I did like maybe 2 videos and then I got tired. I wasn't consistent with it. But after EntreMD, I have been consistent with every video, and I am putting myself out there, because the first thing was I didn't like listening to myself. So I just kept it to myself. Oh, but then it's just
private video. For Dr. Lum Frundi. I want to help others, but I'm going to keep this video to myself.
I was like, oh my gosh, what are they going to say? I don't know what I'm saying. I don't like to listen to myself. Oh, I don't sound good enough. Like, I want it to be perfect before I start sharing it out.
Right.
So now I'm putting it out there. I'm doing it afraid, and I am making progress.
Wow. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, since you stepped in the school, you moved from the inkling to you own the business now. So it's not just the idea of generational well-being. Right. Generational well-being exists right now.
It does. Yes.
It does, right? And then generational well-being not only exists, but there are videos out there for the others to see. It's not just videos that have just been held private. You've got some great information out there, and it's really going towards your core value, right? So you're a pediatrician.
I am.
But you also say that you're here really to help the mothers, to help create a healthy space for them, and so that they can have like a healthy family. So you're not just, you have this idea of really putting out a lot of value to others. And it's from the idea to you are doing it.
Right.
So what were some of the changes that occurred in you to make you move from idea phase to getting it done?
Several things. I would say first, the community. When you're in the midst of people who are doing the same thing and going on that journey together, you have people who are ahead of you who are cheering you on, and they've been through it. So they know it before you even say, oh, I'm an introvert, I can't do it. Well, that excuse is taken away from you. Oh, I don't have time for this. Well, no, but it takes away all the excuses you can give yourself that will keep you back in that procrastination phase. Mm-hmm. And then also, it's just sometimes when you're out there and you see other people who are ahead of you and they're just doing it, you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not as good as that person. But then you have these people like, I was not that good. they're sharing, they're not afraid to share their journey, what they had to go through to get to where they are. So you understand it's part of the process. You have to put in the miles and you have people cheering you along. So that really is just like, okay, I don't want to let down my classmates. I want to be there. I need to show up.
Oh, well, no, you're right. You do have people who are cheering you on. And you really made a great point, right? From your standpoint, you'll look and you see others who are further along and you think they've always been that good. But a part of the business school is that these classmates will let you know, oh no, this is what it started. This is what I looked like when I started. I am like this right now because I have kept on going. And so they encourage you to not give up, right? And to keep going. Right. Wow. So what would you say have been some of the emotional changes that have occurred in Lum Frundi since Lum Frundi prior to the business school and Lum Frundi entrepreneur in the business school at this time?
Lum Frundi prior to the business school was in hiding. Now it's like, okay, I have this idea. I am not enough, even though I have the MD behind, but because you're venturing into a different place, it's just bringing that MD back where I went to school for however many years to get to where I need to. So starting a new venture is like, I do not know anything. I mean, I probably have to take that same route, maybe, 10 more years. But it came from a place of not understanding who I am and what I really have. Not understanding my value. So the Lum Frundi, now I understand my value. I'm worth it. I know it. I've been doing this and I can do it. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you're out there doing it. You're no longer wondering if this is something you can do. You understand your worth. You're like,
right. And also, like, I used to be so afraid of what people would say. Like, what are they going to say about me? What if I didn't say it right? What if? Yes. I was limited by the what ifs.
No longer limited by it.
No.
You're now saying, well, I did it. And it's okay to do it messy. But the thing is that you are doing it, right? You're taking that action.
Right.
Lum Frundi has changed. So are people noticing?
Yes. Oh, yes. So I will say, remember I said I started putting myself out there. The first few videos were private. I only let my brother, who does YouTube videos, to watch it. And most recently, I mean, he was very critical, I would say. I mean, he's one of the reasons where I'm like, yeah, I can't put this out there. But most recently, it's like your videos are getting better and better. You have something in you. You should keep going. So now he's really my biggest cheerleader. And that means a lot for me, coming from him, especially. So it's like, I'm doing it. I can do this.
You're doing it. So now you're the one who has some, and I saw your YouTube video. It's really good. And now you're going to have them looking back. He says, she saw my first YouTube video, scratchy. Right. You have a beautiful video. So now you're going to have others who are looking at that and they're saying, but her video is so perfect. I can't do that. What would you say to that person?
Just don't be afraid and keep doing it, because the only way you can get better is really by doing it. So putting it aside or anything is not going to change anything. The only thing that changes is when you're in motion. And as you keep doing it, it gets better, it gets easier, and it takes less time too.
Absolutely. So now you might have some people listening and they're like, oh, wow, this sounds great. It sounds wonderful, but I don't know. I'm still not really sure if the EntreMD Business School is for me. I don't have a business. And not only that, like I work and I'm an employed physician. I don't want to get rid of being an employed physician. Like I don't want to go into being a self-employed physician. I just want to do something maybe on the side. What do you say to that person?
I would say it's possible. And I am an employed physician too. I work. But if you have that thing within you that needs birthing, until you birth it, you'll always, it's just, you're not going to feel fulfilled. I'll put it that way, because sometimes you hold on to something and you're just going and going and going, and it could lead to burnout and stuff because you're really not prioritizing. So once you start putting out there what you really value, you're prioritizing what's in your highest value, it brings some kind of fulfillment and peace. So it is worth it. Employed or entrepreneur is like putting your whatever you value out there.
And, so at this point, are you happy with your decision to join the EntreMD Business School?
Absolutely. I am becoming the person I've always wanted to be.
Oh, that is so wonderful. So you knew that this Lum Frundi was there.
Yes.
And now you're letting everyone else know.
Right. She was in hiding.
She was in hiding and no more.
Right.
No more. Wow. So for those of you guys who are thinking and you're contemplating, you're kind of scared, we're all doing it scared. And as Dr. Frundi said, put yourself out there. It becomes easier. The first time will be messy, but it becomes easier and you can get it done in a shorter period of time. So you also have the support of your classmates who will always have your back, right?
Right.
And they'll show you some steps. And you'll get the video of when they were doing it scared. And like you said, Dr. Frundi has this beautiful, beautiful from generational well-being, her videos, really talking to our mothers out there. So she's putting her passion out there. So you have now birthed generational well-being. It's no longer just an idea.
Right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. And for those of you guys who are thinking of joining the EntreMD Business School, hey, you heard it here from Dr. Frundi. She said, just do it. We welcome you as our classmates, and we'll see you guys on the other side. Thank you and take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope this inspires you to take even bigger steps as an entrepreneur. And if you're ready to go all in, come join us in the EntreMD Business School. It is the only school of its kind created just for you. And I'll see you, my friend, on the next episode.